Hi everyone, Killer here with a weird little update for you. I've been playing around with Unreal Engine 4 to scratch my passion for game development itch. I've been starting out by just remaking a game of Breakout, so I have a small, achievable project for me to sink my teeth into while I learn the ins and outs of Unreal Engine, as I'm coming from a background of very casually messing around with Unity Engine. I mostly wanted to share this with you so we could get started on some of the content that's not just a single Fallout 4 playthrough, and also I'm pretty happy with how I actually went about solving the problems I ran into with this, so let's get started. First off, with this mess in front of you, this is essentially what's running once every single frame the computer actually draws for the ball that you see bouncing around. Essentially, what it does is I've set a speed that I want the ball to be going, and it checks the speed that the ball is going. If it is less than the speed I want it, it gets its own speed, gets a really small part of it, so 0.1, so 10% of it, and just adds it on top of its own speed. So essentially, if it's going slower than what's necessary, it gets its direction, and the speed is going in that direction, and it tacks on just a little bit more to sort of get it over that line and pop it back up. I did this because in the game of Breakout, you really don't want the ball stopping in the middle of the field or slowing down. You don't want it speeding up too much, and other approaches were just a lot more complicated. This was a very simple way to go about solving the problem, and I'm actually really happy with it. You can see every time it hits a wall, it slows down for just a fraction of a second, and then speeds back up. I don't mind that. I feel like it adds like a little bit of weightiness to it, and for just a quick game of Breakout to get used to the system, I am a-okay with that. I know that was a bit of a sort of weird video, but I just wanted to share with you guys what I've been working on, and hopefully sharing with you will help motivate me to actually do something with all this. I've got so many Unity projects floating around my hard drive, stuff like I recreated the basic flight system from Freelancer, so you could sort of fly around and have like a little bit of boost and everything. It was terribly unpolished, no art, no nothing, but it worked. I had a dynamic level of distance system for planets, so the closer you got, the higher detail it was without killing your computer. I mean, it was a featureless white expanse, but it got higher in detail. And I even had a dynamic terrain system which used math to generate really nice sort of looking landscapes, but it was incredibly low poly, and I never went back to polish it. I never went back to make it better. But I want to change that. I want to change that with Unreal Engine, and I want to change that with you guys. So whenever, or if ever, I make any sort of progress on these things, you can expect some videos up here, and hopefully I'll actually be able to get it to the point where I'll have playable demos I can dump up here for you to actually play. Even if it's just some crappy Breakout clone that's only good for 2 minutes of fun, I still want to put it up here, and I still want you to actually have some fun with it. And as always, this was Ned the Killy. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a good one.